Hi, welcome back to the Best Practice Series. I'm Scott Bass with MRI Network, here to bring to you our final segment of The New Reality. I used to work a desk. I know what it's like to face that phone every morning, that feeling you get when you know you have an entire day of rejection to look forward to. It takes a strong person to go through that, especially over the past couple of years. Many AEs out there simply have failed due to a lack of motivation. That's why we're going to focus on this for our next topic. We're back in Colorado, up in the mountains in beautiful Dillon. We're visiting JRP Group, owned by John Paulus. John is the motivation guru. In fact, he has developed his own motivation strategy that he calls the Living Compass Puzzle. This concept was developed to leverage one of the few things we can actually control on our desks, motivation. In doing this, his team is able to motivate themselves to improve their day-to-day activity in the office, but more importantly, improve their lives. So let's explore this concept as we watch our last segment, motivation.
I think the biggest thing that we found in the last couple of years is that motivation is so important. I mean, we all get great training within MRI for recruiter training. We get great sales training, but that motivational piece, especially in the last 2 years, has been the thing we've tried to focus on, because the job orders are so hard to get that you have to be motivated to stay on the phone, to plan, to do all the things that a recruiter needs to do. But you have to find out how to internally motivate people to do that. And so, I've always looked at this business as a three-legged stool. You've got sales training, you've got recruiter-specific training, and I've always added motivational training to that. If you miss one of those three, that stool is going to fall. Every year we do the standard business plan, looking at the numbers, the key results, the effort required. But I also try every year to do something different to make it fun, to have people really motivated to want to put that effort in. I attended a webinar that Mike Gianta put on in December about business planning. And it was great because Mike talked about the fact that you can't put a plan together until you know where you're going, until you know what your vision is. And so he used the analogy that he does puzzles with his kids. And you can't put a puzzle together without the puzzle box top. And I thought, what a great idea. And so right after that meeting, I ran into my office, I pulled out a notepad, and I actually sketched out my puzzle box top for my business plan. And then I got together with my niece, who's a graphic designer, and said, hey, I want to do this for my office this year. Can you help me put together something graphically that looks really fun and interesting and motivates people to want to fill it out? And so we came up with what I call the Living Compass Puzzle. And it focuses on 9 areas of your life, and it also includes 4 big, hairy, audacious goals. And it's really done a great job of getting people excited to get up in the morning for their reasons and not mine, and be able to work through these tough times and put in that effort required.
I would say motivation is so important to us here at the JRP Group and anybody in this industry, especially in this economy, because it's so easy to get frustrated and burn out. So one of the key things that we do here is have long-term goals so that you have a big picture out there that you're working towards, personal picture. And also very well-rounded goals. You have to have goals set up in all the areas of your life, not just at work. If it's just at work and things are frustrating, it's very easy to not be excited anymore. Motivation is also very contagious, and so there's a responsibility that comes along with that in staying excited on the phone, not just for your own candidates and clients, but your coworkers as well.
I believe in integrity. I believe in integrity in my professional life and my personal life. I have a piece of paper on my desk that says "Mind the Gap," and that is a daily reminder to me to be sure that my daily activities are lined up with what is most important to me, my top values. I don't have any particular strategy to stay motivated on a daily basis. I try to remember on a daily basis that I don't have any control over the results. All I have control over is the footwork. I can look back in history and I can figure out what type of metrics or numbers I need to accomplish my goals. But it really boils down to attitude on a daily basis. Most people are about as happy as they decide to be, and I think that most people are about as motivated as they decide to be.
Motivation has been key in terms of driving me to continue and to reach my goals, which is really to be an expert in my industry and to make certain that I keep an edge over my competition. Competition has been really tough the past 2 years. There's been a lot of drop-off within my industry of recruiters that really didn't hang tough. So it's really been about drive, motivation, and being innovative and making certain that I stay on task with the goals. The motivation tactics, the very specifics that I have used are based off the compass map that we prepared, and it's based on personal and business goals. So keeping that in mind, I've applied and implemented new innovative ideas that take a lot of research and time. What that means is when I talk to my candidates on the phone, I also am doing research personally and taking the information from the candidates to prepare a quarterly market review that I take out to my clients. And also I'm additionally simultaneously mapping out the market in terms of talent to stay on top of my competition, and of course be knowledgeable in the industry to present myself as an expert on every call that I make to key clients and potential new business.
To stay motivated in this business, what I do more than anything else is I bring a desire to win, a desire to succeed. I don't want to come in second. I want to do the best I can for my client, for my candidate. In this world, there are no victories for coming in second. Consolation victories don't do you any good, don't do your candidates or your clients any good. You have to want to win. And I'm fortunate to work in an environment where I get the support, the tools necessary to get there. But you have to want it every morning, day in, day out. Motivation is vital to this business. You're going to make 90 calls a day and 85 of those are going to end with a no. No is something that you have to learn to deal with. And motivation is the best way I know of to get through it. Keep punching the numbers and sooner or later you're going to get a yes.
We're here helping people. It's a tough economy, it's tough to find jobs. And that's the motivation. We're doing a good thing ultimately, helping people get better employed, find jobs and become employed again. And that's what gets me to come in the office every day. A paycheck's a bonus, but ultimately talk to a lot of people, get to know a lot of people and stay in touch so that this grows, and when we come out of it, it's even better. Staying in touch, that's important, and utilizing whatever tools I can to do so. And PCR has a great scheduler in it. I've been really focused on maintaining a touch plan so that I know when and how often to talk to someone. It used to be every 6 months, now it's probably every month. And that's probably the number one focus. Obviously utilizing LinkedIn or different internet sites to really reach out and keep in touch with people that way. And I think for the most part it's really staying motivated to talk to more people than usual and know again that we're helping them in the long run, and it will turn around, and when things get better, it won't hurt us that we made all those contacts over the past couple of years.
My goals are right in front of me. They're literally right on my desk where I'm working. They keep me on track, they keep me focused. It helps me become centered when there's all kinds of different challenges that have, particularly in the last 2 years. And this is a big help. It's a simple thing, but it really helps. Sometimes I'm just sitting there and feeling challenged on that particular day. And I'll look over at my goals, and one of them I have a little picture of Jimmy Carter, who's someone who I associate with philanthropy and sort of a world vision. And this is something I want to be able to do one day, is to have an impact, a wider impact on my community, my state, my country, and literally the world. They're big goals, but that's what sometimes helps me come back and say, okay, now I can pick up the phone again. I'm the little engine here, and we're going to make this work. So it's really helpful.
Motivation has always been important to me. I've always set goals for myself and tried to achieve them. But especially in these challenging times, I've really had to focus on motivation. I I have done that by trying to focus on both long-term and short-term goals and find the balance there. Obviously, if I focus too much on the long-term, that doesn't help me so much. I've got to apply that to my daily tasks, and that's been really helpful. It allows me to stay focused on what I'm doing. A typical day for me is to take one impact player, one candidate, and really market that candidate in a very focused way within either a particular geography or a particular industry, and make sure I'm reaching out to every potential client, every person that might be interested in that candidate, with the hope, of course, of getting a send out or a job order and ultimately placing the candidate. And that of course helps me stay on track with my long-term goals.
You know, obviously it's been tough over the last few years how to keep motivated, but what I've done is really kind of looked at the whole picture of what's going on in my life, and that's helped me within the work world too as well. Some of it's been attaining other goals that has kept me busy, but ultimately it's keeping that whole life busy, and that's what's helped me motivate at work. I think the Living Compass puzzle is really what's helped me concentrate on doing well within the work environment, and it's setting goals not just for work but other aspects of your life. I recently accomplished one of the goals I was looking to do this year of getting my coaching certification, and through that there's a lot of parallels with the recruiting world of planning, communication, and how to motivate others, which can also help you motivate yourself. I think filling your life with lots of things and keeping yourself busy can help by allowing yourself to concentrate on other things. But it's like walking into a restaurant that's not busy, and typically you're going to get lousy service. But when you go to a restaurant that's really busy, you typically get great service. So I think filling your life will help with the work, but also other areas of your life.
I think what I learned most from our business planning process this year was the fact that a lot of people didn't know what they really wanted. And so it's kind of hard to get up in the morning and put in a lot of effort if you really don't know what you want. And so first thing I would suggest is figure out what you want. Have those big dreams and goals. Don't settle just because times have been slow lately. The other part of it is put together an action plan to lead a balanced life. Because I think we all know that people that lead balanced lives are less stressed, they're in it for the long haul, and they're more efficient. And they're going to be better off in the long run. And so my biggest thing is know what you want, go after it, and put in action steps to actually get the results that you want to achieve. You just can't sit around and hope that things are going to happen. But if you have a plan, you know that vision of where you want to go, you're going to get there.